Yeah?
They're awesome.
It's cool, man. All right. Going to work. See ya.
Because these horsemen ride with the fist outside, with heads like thunder, the rock of your pride. We'll have no mercy for big, far and wide.
Good morning, everybody. Welcome to the world famous Whiskey Chaser channel. We're going to be taking a nice leisurely stroll today down the road. I figured that what I wanted to talk about was I've got a few videos done now. I've been working on a couple, got some stuff in the works for, you know, just a couple of things, whatever, not anything big or anything, but we're here having a good time, right? First and foremost, I would like to say welcome to everybody who has joined me, especially all of you who were recommended to me by Shade Tree Surgeon, Flipna, those guys who reposted my Instagram story and their story, and I got an overwhelmingly positive response from it. Got about 20 new Instagram followers, got a couple new subscribers to the channel. Absolutely incredibly amazing. Thank you so much to everybody who's decided to come join me over here based off of nothing besides what some guy on the internet casually reposted on his story. So that's awesome. Really, really awesome, and I really, really appreciate it. In that line of thought, what I wanted to do was talk about why I decided to start a motorcycle vlog. Here's the thing. I wrote down a whole bunch of stuff, and obviously I can't read that because I'm writing. So I'm going to do my best to remember everything that I wrote down. I did review it before I left. Who knows if I'm actually going to remember. We'll see what happens. But first and foremost, number one reason why I wanted to do anything was because it's fun. I have some hobbies. I was into gunsmithing back in Texas, and the physical act of building, putting them together, making them fit correctly and work correctly. I'm not, you know, like this big, huge gun nut or anything. I have a couple of them, but it's not like I really am like, oh, hell yeah, gotta have all the guns. Like, yeah, they're cool, man. They're real fun to shoot. But what I really cared more was like the engineering, how they worked, you know? So I got a couple, built some, put them together, made them work. It was a lot of fun. Here in New York, I really can't do that, obviously. So I just moved on to other hobbies. Got into leatherworking for a little while, still am into leatherworking. I've made some knife sheaths. I've made some holsters for said guns back in Texas. I've made, you know, this really cool bar key thing that I really like. It's an old West style holster for your bar key and pens, lighters, stuff like that. Really on brand with the place that I work, so that's why I did that. I really like it. I made one for Parker too that I like a lot better. It was my second version, so obviously it's a little bit better than the first one. But the problem with the leatherworking is I need space to do that. I have absolutely no space in my apartment. I am working off of my coffee table, which is just this $100 Target coffee table that I have. The thing is literally getting beaten to death because I'm cutting and using dies to cut holes and shaping and just all kinds of stuff that you really just can't do on a cheap table. You need a good table to do it on, and I need space to be able to do it, and I just really have none. So I decided that I wanted to get into motovlogging. That takes me to reason number two why I wanted to do it, because I've always wanted to do something like this. I bought this GoPro years and years and years ago with the intention of doing cool stuff like motovlogging. You know, I have attached this thing to pretty much every piece of equipment I've ever owned, whether it's a bow staff or a actual bow, like my compound bow. I've attached it to that before. I've gone outside and one-shot targets with it. I even have a video where this thing is on the end of a pair of nunchucks. In case you didn't know, I was a Taekwondo student for a very, very long time, and one of my specialties was the bow staff and the nunchucks. They were called different things in Korean, but everybody knows what they are in English. So I have them attached to the end of a pair of nunchucks. In fact, I might actually see if I can find that video. If I can, I'll put it right here. I decided that I wanted to do this, and friends and family have been asking me, what is it like to drive? Like, you guys packed up your motorcycles in the back of a truck, you took them with you to New York City. What is it like to be on the street in New York driving? And this is a great way for me to be able to explain what it's like. You know, basically it's just a whole bunch of traffic. It's traffic all the time, everywhere. So kind of falls into what I wanted to do before, with just showing friends and family, showing what it's like doing this as a fun hobby. They all kind of tie in together. Takes me to reason number 4, which is going to be, there's so much more to New York than just New York City. And I realize that for right now, these first couple of videos, we've only been in the city. That's because I, number one, am an idiot and decided to start a motovlog channel right before winter, where it snows like crazy and I cannot ride my motorcycle. And number 2, because this whole pandemic thing has happened, it's been really difficult being able to get out and go do stuff. Before this happened, like last year at this time, we had already been on, 3 trips, I think, outside of the city. We went, to Saddle Ridge, to the Renaissance Festival. We had gone to Boston. We had done a couple things. So it's just kind of unfortunate right now that this is the way that things are. But, as things get better, we'll try to go do more stuff. And we went to Queens last week. I unfortunately was not able to record that because the helmet camera died. In fact, I actually plugged in my battery pack this time so that it would not die. So another reason why. As aforementioned in this video, I am a huge YouTube fanatic. It's pretty much all I watch at this point because there's not really a whole lot of great stuff on TV, and the stuff that is on TV that I like to watch, I watch real quick and then there's nothing else to watch after that. So I've taken inspiration from people like Shade Tree and Flipknot and Chase on 2 Wheels and Fortnite and these guys who are interested in their hobby, which is motorcycles and mechanics, and I've been interested in that stuff my entire life. I was part of the auto program at Ramona High School that actually was praised for being one of the best auto programs in the country and was on a TV show, actually. So I think that's pretty neat, and I learned a lot of stuff there. I learned a lot of stuff through the fact that I've had 3 motorcycles and I think 15 cars at this point since I was 16, including the current car that I still have, the 2008 Bullet Mustang, the 1977 Corvette that I actually traded for this bike right here. What else? It's been so long. I've had a lot of cars. Had a 1999 Miata that I had built to be a road racing car. I took that on to Texas World Speedway and was able to race that. And all that stuff I did myself with friends of mine. We didn't take our cars to shops. We were, number 1, way too broke, and number 2, way too prideful. We didn't want to take our car to a shop. Because of that, I have been drawn to people like ones mentioned because they're just my type of people. I like watching people work on bikes and cars and drive them and fix them and ride them again and all this, and they break and then you fix them again, and it's so much fun. It's so cool. And so that's one of the reasons why I wanted to do this, was because this is my journey on my motorcycle. And maybe one day, if this channel gets big enough, we'll be able to do that. We'll be able to get a space and we'll be able to work on bikes and cars and all this kind of stuff. And maybe one day we'll be able to start a page where you guys build the bike, where I put a poll up and I say, okay, let's do this to this bike. What do you want to do? Give you guys like 4 or 5 different options, and then those are voted on and we get to build a bike together. I think that would be really, really cool. I don't want to sit here and talk like I have 60,000 subscribers. Obviously, I don't. I have just over 20, and I love every one of you, all 20-something of you. you know, maybe one day we can do something. It would be really cool to be able to do that. You know, that kind of brings me to the final reason of why I wanted to do something like this, because if we can be here and we can have some fun, and I can ride around and I can ramble to myself for however long while I'm doing crap like riding to work or going to get fast food out in the middle of nowhere, that's great. I'm satisfied with that. I'm happy with that. If we can do something more than that, if we can organize charity runs and we can build bikes together and we can build relationships with people to do something bigger, then that would be, even my opinion, even better. I'm sure it'd be even better in everybody's opinion, but I would love to be able to just do this all the time, to be able to help people out, to teach people how to ride, to encourage them to go be a motorcyclist themselves, to get them interested in it. There's so many times where you see, you know, you've seen it in my videos. I've only got, 6 videos out, and you can continually see people on 2 wheels who are just being stupid. They're splitting lanes, they're cutting around back and forth, they're just being dumb. I see the news all the time here where people are riding their bikes stupidly and they hit a car and they go flying off and they land on the side of a building and they kill themselves. And it's very unfortunate that something like that happens. But if I can use this platform to somehow help one person even learn how to ride better, that's a huge accomplishment for me. I think that's really great. So all those together, all those reasons are the main ones why I decided that I wanted to start a motovlogging channel. I hope we're here for a while. I'm gonna continue to make these videos. I have the equipment. Right now I have a little bit of time, especially since nothing is really happening. It's kind of ironic because my ability to make videos, edit them, upload them has been greatly increased because of the amount of time that I have, as opposed to before when I didn't have as much time to do it because there were so many things open and going on. And yet that's when I was able to actually get better content because I was able to actually go out and do stuff. Yeah, sucks. Well, I really hope that this ends up being a better video than what I think it's gonna be, which is basically just me rambling about random crap for however long. Well, anyways, thank you for being here. Again, I really appreciate every single one of you who's watching this video right now, and I just can't express enough gratitude for the fact that there are people who I have no idea who you are, and you are here watching this video. Some of you I do know, some of you I don't. Some of you came over, like I said, from the other channels and decided that you wanted to subscribe to me, which is amazing. I really hope that the content here is to your liking, that we can do some fun stuff. Again, you know, if anybody has recommendations, holy crap, look at this thing. God damn. What we should do, where we should go. I've actually, over the past 2 weeks or so, been able to not necessarily connect with, but become knowledgeable of a couple of other motovloggers, motorcycle group people here in New York. Not necessarily in the city, but I would love to be able to get as many people together as we can, when it's safe, obviously, and have a meetup, get a cool ride going. I'm trying to record right now a couple of videos so that I have like kind of a surplus going. I would really like to release 1 video a week right now for, I don't know, the foreseeable future. There's really just not a lot of content for me to be able to do, so, but I do have a couple of ideas myself that I've written down, and have some destinations that I'd like to go to. I have some reviews that I would like to do. Not that anybody asked for my opinion, but whatever, I want to do them. And we have some ideas. We have a couple of things, but I need more. I need more from you. I need to be able to continue this channel and continue to grow and continue to learn how to do things and continue to push myself forward with it, because this has been a lot of fun. These past videos that I've made videos on another channel before, and it was okay. The creating the content was a lot better than editing the content, and in this channel, I love editing this content. I think it's really cool. I like seeing how it comes together. I like when funny things happen that I hadn't noticed before. And then I go through and I look and I'm like, oh my God, that's hilarious. I'm excited about this channel and I really am looking forward to having it become something really cool. All right, guys. Well, I know this was a short one, but I'm going to go ahead and cut it off here. Again, thank you so much. I cannot express enough how much I appreciate every single one of you who's watched a video, who's liked, who's commented, who's subscribed. Speaking of, you should do all 3 of those. Please, 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 please let me know what you want to see, and I will do my best to try to make that happen. All right? All right, everybody. See you later.